Hello, and thank you for taking the time to see my Your Chores prototype. Your Chores is a tool that helps people optimize and schedule their chores around their property. I will begin with the slideshow presentation and then get into the demo. The scope of this project was to provide a design user interface simulating the functionality of what the full-fledged web application would do. I would classify this as a high-fidelity prototype. There are a few major user tasks and some supporting tasks, and then there's small tasks supported in this prototype. The user can log in or sign up to the Your Chores account. The user can go into their settings and change their settings such as address or connect their Your Chores account to their Google account to synchronize calendars. Users can see these changes in their profile page, and they may also add contacts. For example, if they want to add people in their family or in their household to their Your Chores account. Overall, the main task in Your Chores is to be able to create a chore and have that be inserted into your calendar. There are pre-existing chores listed, and there are also custom ones that the user can make. The main task users can complete is creating a chore again, and then this populating the calendar in the calendar page. Walkthroughs were performed earlier in the term with a low-fidelity prototype. I gave users in user testing sessions a task to carry out, and I would observe them and make note of any findings. I used various usability testing techniques such as silent observer, think aloud, and constructive interaction. Tasks were carried out including adding a custom chore to the work item list, adding a pre-existing chore item, and changing a chore. This was all done on a paper prototype. I found this useful for iterating quickly. This low fidelity prototype was quite bare bones, to be honest, and to the point. It was a paper prototype so that I could iterate my ideas quicker, as I mentioned previously, and I first mocked up a paper prototype so that I could get all of my ideas onto the paper as quickly as possible. I could make changes quickly also, which was convenient. The low fidelity prototype moved to Figma, a popular design tool that simulates a web page with no code. And then the high fidelity prototype is web pages designed and developed by me to simulate the real application and its functionality. The website was built with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I found using a front-end web development languages was a good idea because my application would eventually be a website, and I'm quite familiar with these front-end technologies. Now, in terms of design rationale, I had a design rationale of wanting the user to feel like they understand the structure of the website and it reminds them of other websites that they've used in the past. This goes back to recognition over recall. This is done by consistent design choices with other websites and following usability heuristics. I followed 6 of Nielsen's usability heuristics out of the 10, and these ones were visibility of system status, match between system and real world, user control and freedom, consistency and standards, error prevention, recognition rather than recall, flexibility and efficiency of use, and aesthetic and minimalist design. Here are just some screenshots of the web pages. There would be error prevention in password creation and resetting, and you can navigate to any web page here by using the toolbar. So now let's get into the actual prototype. Here we are. So you begin in the register page. This is if you do not have an account. That says welcome to Your Chores at the top, and then it asks for the requested email address. Now this doesn't function because there's no backend functionality. However, it does show you the gist of it. You can remember me so that they don't have to remember their password and ease of use. But if they do already have an account, we can just hit login, and then we can log in. So this brings you to the calendar page. The calendar page is where all of your chores are going to be exported to, and you can click around and see whether you have any upcoming chores in the month. Now, we will go to the profile page. Profile page is just a simple page that displays all of your information. This is going to be shown to your contacts also. So if you're, for example, a property manager, your employees that may be working under you will know your address or the addresses that you work at so that they can get to those locations. And then there's important contact information below. Now, as I stated, there is a contacts page. In a user testing session, I found that this was going to be very important because there would be a kid doing chores around the house and they want to connect their calendar with their parents so that they're all on the same page. And also, again, a property manager and his employees to have that ease of communication. So you can go through all the contacts. You can add a contact by their email, and you can click into their profile. This brings you currently back to my profile, but it's just as an example. And then we can go to the settings page. Now, this is similar information to the profile page because the settings are displayed in the profile page above this line here. You can reset your password. And then we prevent errors by having these guidelines for password creation. Now, the important part is creating work items. So we'll begin with the chore title. We could do something as simple as take out the garbage. This is a good one because taking out the garbage is something that is going to be standard once a week on the same day and should be around the same time. And this is a popular item, so we can actually choose it as a pre-existing work item, which would be take out the garbage. And we would also have things such as shovel snow, which has built-in functionality where you'll be able to, the application will be able to forecast if there's upcoming snowfall, and it will be able to add in a snow shoveling reminder and adapt to the forecast as it changes. This, however, is just simulated through the front end. It's not fully functional as it's just a high fidelity prototype. Now, this description is important because this could be provided to a contact. You would say, this week, it is only recyclables, just so that they know that it won't just be a regular trash day, it will be recyclables. And then the duration, 0 hours, and we'll say about 5 minutes. Taking out the garbage is rather quick. And I want to share this, for example, with my father. If I lived at his place, he would want to be on the same page, and then we would know that this chore has been scheduled. Now, the trash comes out on this day, and then it will be able to remind us every single week that is going to be on this day of the week. To submit it, it will populate in the calendar, but this is not functional yet. So we'll just go back to the calendar page. It should be in here somewhere. Now, that is pretty much the prototype. Those were a few tasks and examples. I hope that you found this beneficial, and I was really excited to present this application. I hope you found it interesting. Thanks a lot.